It's our final game here in Midland against the Rockhounds, and a special guest in town as an assistant with the A's, and here with the Rockhounds is Rickey Henderson, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer. Rickey, just explain a little bit what you're doing here in town, helping out these players with.
Based upon I roam around the organization, and look at the speeds of mainly the outfield drills guys, and I help out with the hitting, based upon I'm just observing what the kids are doing. If I see something that I can help them out, being able to talk to them, try to be mentally keep their mind in the game. Tell them how to approach the ball, what they should do, and then instead of me saying they got to get so upset, it's based on I'm trying to come here and make them relax and enjoy the game and play the game where they're capable of playing it.
Is teaching something that comes naturally to you? I know that there's a common wisdom out there that says the great players aren't necessarily the best teachers. Everyone looks back to Ted Williams. Is it easy for you, or is this something you've always wanted to do?
It's a little easier for me than most people because you expect the player to do the things that you was capable of doing. As they say, a great player, you expect them to do the things to do it, and that is really not the way to approach them. I think based upon me, I enjoy it because I enjoy the game, but based upon I had a little bit more fun in the game and knowing how to go and try to take the pressure off them. So based upon that's what I try to make them feel more relaxed and forget about the pressure, forget about what you ain't doing or what's going to happen, and try to teach them that the game is more failure than it is a success in the game. So when you is able to accept failure, then you're going to have fun in it and have success in this game.
Here back at the AA level, I think you last played at this level 35 years ago. Has it changed a whole heck of a lot, or is it still the same game? Is it different?
Oh, man, team, seems like it's probably changed a little bit. Based upon, I think nowadays, they got more information than we had in the game, and then, they approach the game a different way. They on a tight schedule. We was mainly scrap them on and go out there and play and help one another for us to, get through the hard times. So now they got a different strategy, different forms of what the player should be doing and should not be doing, what they should be looking at on the picture. So it's totally a little more different than what we had to go through with.
One of the guys that you used to go to battle against is managing on the other side, Steve Buechele. When he was with the Rangers, you were with the A's. Did you remember a whole lot from Steve back when you guys were playing together in the 80s?
We met. We met and talked, and as a player, we seemed like we always, like to know the other opponent's team and go out there and try to beat up on them. But, based on being a friend in the game and, getting to meet people, trying to figure out, how the person is based on still the game. So, we had a lot of conversations. So everything was good, and, we went out there and just played hardball.
We're here with Major League Hall of Famer Rickey Henderson. Rickey, the game has changed a little bit up at the big league level from where it was even a decade ago, removing performance-enhancing drugs, and power has been sapped a little bit. Now, you're a player that could have played in any era, and you played in a few with how long your career lasted. But does the importance of some of the elements that you were best known for, your speed and being able to get on base, do those take on a greater importance than maybe they did 10 years ago at this level?
I think baseball it took a little bit more because we played a little bit more fundamental of the game. We played the hit and run, we played squeeze the bunt and the steal type game, and then like you say, went into the power hitting gap that game, and then they try to manufacture. So I think based on the game is starting back to change the way it should be because you see the home run is dropping a little bit, and based upon they got to go out and try to manufacture and run. So I think if they go back to the basics, doing the fundamental thing of the game, that's what's going to make the game more exciting again, and I think they're heading that way.
You're the all-time base-stealing king. What, in your opinion, makes a great base stealer? Is it pure speed, or is there some savvy or instinct involved there?
I think it's a whole lot of instinct. A lot of players have great speeds, but couldn't steal a base. It's based on the instinct, the fear, to knowing that it's a contest, and you're gonna fail too, and you got to get back up and try it again, and not be afraid. And that's based on not being afraid that you're getting thrown out. Everybody's going to be happy if they have success, but are you afraid when you get thrown out? Are you going to stop running? Are you going to wait around? Are you going to get back out there and go back at it? So, I think that's based upon what I went through, based upon it was taking the fear away from them and trying to put more pressure on the pitchers. And, that's the way I think you should be going in at the game.
How difficult is that for a player who maybe doesn't have that naturally to develop, or can you just not learn it?
Uh, some cannot learn it. Some, it's not as aggressive on the base pass as they will want as a hitter. Some don't have the speed. The instincts, plays a big part of it too. So, it's based on your game. I think the kids that have natural speed need to, work at it a little bit more. I don't think we work at stealing bases as much as we work at hitting or doing the infield drills or the pitcher's drill and stuff like that. They eliminate the base stealing work at it, and I think that's what sometimes the kids is not so much into stealing bases because they don't work at it, and so it comes around to being a little more harder for them to learn the techniques, the instincts, or reading the picture and trying to get a jump.
You accomplished so much in your career, MVP, the All-Stars, the World Series championships. Looking back on your playing career, what was the thing that you're most proud of in terms of your accomplishments on the field?
I think my my proud most, and I think is based upon run scores, based on because I was a leadoff hitter, and my job was for us to get on base and try to come across the plate, give my team some runs, give us a chance to win the ball game. And I use all assets of my game for us to being able to score runs. Based on when I got on base, I stole bases to get in scoring position, but it was based on for me to get in scoring position to score a run for my team. People that you out to do just great base stealing and this and that, but I was proud of shooting for that opportunity to score a run, so I'm more proud of the run score.
Well, that's what the game's all about, scoring more than the other team, and you scored more than anybody else. You seem like a guy who just lives, eats, sleeps baseball. Based on your playing career, I mean, you were still playing in independent leagues as recently as 2005. Is it just that love of the game that's kept you in it so long as a player and now as a coach?
It's the love of the game. I enjoy the love of the game, and if I had the opportunity to play right now, I'd probably put on a uniform and go out on the field and play. So it's the love of the game. But based upon being a coach, it's based on trying to give something back to the kids, give something back that the older ball players that you follow in their footsteps gave you. Is based on just some of the knowledge or some of the confidence that you can go out there and play the game and enjoy the game and love the game.
Well, Rickey, I really appreciate the time. Thanks so much for sharing your stories, and we look forward to seeing you back here in Midland at some point in the future.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's Rickey Henderson. We're back after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.